In my ever-so-expanding quest to talk about every Mario character's evolution before actually talking about Mario's evolution, today we reached the Cheep Cheep, and that's the exact enemy we're going to be talking about today, the evolution of the Cheep Cheep from the Mario series, from beginning to the latest game. Let's get started. In the very beginning, there was nothing. And then Miyamoto said, "Let there be fish." And thus, the Cheep Cheep was created in all of its 8-bit glory, with only two colors, red and gray. Their first appearance in a level was 2-2, followed by 2-3, and then they would continue to appear sporadically around the rest of the worlds. Skipping ahead a little bit to Mario Bros. 3, where the Cheep Cheeps receive their most major design change yet, considering the lost levels didn't do anything with them. The Cheep Cheeps got a little coat of paint, and the gray variant was swapped out for the green variant. This would be their last appearance in 8-bit before we jump to 16-bit. Speaking of which, skipping ahead 1 year, we'd get the close related but not at all Cheep Cheeps, the fish known as the Blurps, from Super Mario World. Yes, that is their real name. Pause for laughter. Skipping right ahead to a year later, we would find the Cheep Cheeps make their grand return on the Game Boy Advance in Super Mario Land 2 Legend of the Six Golden Coins, alongside their cousins, the Blurps. Remember a couple minutes ago when I said that this would be the last time you would see them in 8-bit? Yeah, well, that was kind of a lie, but not really, because you would see them for the last time in 8-bit on a mainline home console. Skipping forward to 1996, we would see the Cheep Cheep get their biggest makeover yet and return for Super Mario 64. Where their design would be a complete red body, orange fins, and a pink mouth. Moving way forward, we would go to 2002's Mario Sunshine, and Cheep Cheeps would get another drastic update, where they would either have an orange body with light blue fins or a red body with dark blue fins. After that, the next mainline appearance of the Cheep Cheep would be in 2006 New Super Mario Bros. For the DS, where they would completely change designs for the third time, but this would be their permanent design change, being a small red fish with a white spot on its stomach, pink lips, one connected eyeball, kind of like Sonic, a wing, and yellow fins. This would pretty much be their mainline design for the next couple of games. Their next appearance is 1 year later in 2007's Super Mario Galaxy, where they would pretty much stay the exact same, just get a couple more polygons since it was for the Wii, and not the DS. Moving way past that to 2009's New Super Mario Bros. Wii, they would continue the trend of keeping the exact same design, just being a lot more pixels since it's a 2D game. It's here where I acknowledge that the Cheep Cheep have had some variants over time, but the main one from Super Mario 3D Land is the Porcupuffer, which is just a purple Cheep Cheep with spikes that swallows Mario whole when you get close enough. The next game they appear in is 2012's New Super Mario Bros. 2, where they get a green counterpart version that's just a little bigger. And obviously, to go along with the theme of coins, they get gold versions. Skipping over 3D World and Mario U, we get to Mario Odyssey, where the biggest change for the Cheep Cheep has happened yet. They get a purple variant. And that's pretty much it. With no changes for Mario Wonder, we have reached the end of the Cheep Cheep's evolution. Keep on swimming and stay golden.